You know, growing up, I always felt like I was pressured to do something with some type of aspect in my life. And as the dumb little kiddie wink I used to be, I really didn't want to think about all that shit. Being a kid, all you're really supposed to be worried about is the nonchalant things in life, like picking your boogers, waiting for the ice cream truck to come around your neighborhood, hopefully it's an ice cream truck, or beating everyone else in the pacer test at school. I was the fat kid, so I never got past 10. Back when life was simple is my point. But now it's just not the same anymore. And who can we really blame for that? Our dads for inseminating to our moms and making us? Our grandpas for inseminating to our grandmas? Or just the universe as the whole itself? What if I told you the answer was much simpler? Society. I mean, you really think I want to do half the shit I do in a day? F no. I honestly just want to lay down. Have you ever laid down? It's like the best thing to ever feel in life. Go try it. That's why I'll always be envious in life of something like a fish. If you're a fish, what do you really have to do in society? Them niggas just be swimming and living life to the fullest extent. I can't even get mad at them. But yet, I have a job to fill in society. And I have to live by all of society's pressures every day. I feel like no matter what, everyone can say they've been pressured by something in society. It could be something as simple as a phone. If everybody around you has something like an iPhone, for example, and if all your friends around you have something like an iPhone, for example, but you're stuck with an Android, and no matter how many cameras it has, no matter how much free usability it has, it's not a iPhone. I mean, green bubbles? Why the are your bubbles green? So you're gonna feel pressured to get an iPhone just like everyone else. But the crazy thing is, you could have loved that phone more than anything in the world, and yet you would still let it go because society pressured you to. And why do I know so much about this topic? I was the Android guy in the friend group. The relentless bullying. Girls rejected me because when they asked to FaceTime, I said no. There was no FaceTime on Android. So I told her that we have to use Google Duo instead. It's the Android alternative to it, I said. She left me on the spot. It was too much to take. I gave in. I got no problem with anybody with the Android, but I just gave in to the pressure. The societal pressure. The worst part about societal pressure is that you feel it more over time as well. And once you start to realize, it's already too late. You now have to start making important decisions and prepare for what's gonna happen in life and shit. I personally started feeling more pressure in society when I was in middle school. You see, middle school was like an upgrade from toddler-ass elementary school. And when I graduated from elementary school, I only felt one thing. Man, f them kids, I'm up and they down. I'm in a real man's world. Get your bread up, get your up, stop sucking on your thumbs. You know, I actually had to think of the shit I was doing for myself. Like, first of all, I had to memorize the times bells dinged and donged in school. I had to memorize the actual location of my classes and make it in time or else I would get an in-school suspension. By the way, I will always be a believer that in-school suspension is a way to get back kids used to the prison so the government can profit more off them, but you're not ready for that conversation. And there was no orderly fashion line that they would tell us to follow in elementary school. And this freedom you get in middle school is good for like a solid 2 weeks, I would say, until you reach a little something called puberty. You done f***ed up at this point. Puberty is the most f***ed up stage of life you face at a horrible timing for your age. Because you're already preparing to make one of the most important decisions in your life. And then bam! A boner in front of the class while presenting. Your classmates see you're hard. Your homie sees you're hard. Your crush sees you're hard. Your teacher sees you're hard. Life is hard. The main thing that sets everything apart though is college. All I remember hearing about right when I got into high school was college. College this, college that. It was like a nightmare you could never escape. Your parents are talking about it. Your friends are talking about it. All of your teachers are talking about it. The only people that don't talk about it in school is the lunch ladies. Shout out to my lunch ladies, we love you. This was also another major point when I started to personally feel society's pressure on me. I had to make decisions that would be a lifelong factor of who I would become. I was told that if I did go to college, I would end up with a successful career and live a humble abode of a life with a wife and kids. But I was told that if I didn't go to college, I would end up broken, cracked up on the street sharing crack pipes with a nigga named Bubble who only takes payments by butt sex. And I feel like this decision feels way worse because whether you choose to go or you don't choose to go, you're gonna be 18 when the time comes. And let me tell you, you know how they actually say life gets worse and worse when you turn 18? They were not wrong. Please listen to them. Now you have to deal with taxes. Couldn't relate. You gotta worry about building credits. And worst of all, you have to make actions towards your future. Ain't no one wanna do that. And also at the same time while making this crucial decision of what you're gonna do with your life, you face so much pressure from a lot of places. Parents as the main example. I've noticed after being a year and a half in college myself, that a lot of kids are only in something like college because their parents pressure them. And once you get locked in, yeah, you're unless if you have Mr. Monopoly Man money and paid off your college already before starting, or you're an academic genius and got a scholarship, you probably have a little teeny thing called loans. There's no leaving after that. But you can also face pressure from something like friends. Because let's say all your friends are planning which schools they're gonna go to, writing down in class what they want to do, already picking out the dorms they're gonna stay in together. Then they ask you, where are you going to school, man? And you say nowhere, or worse, community college, aka Weenie Hut Juniors, then you're gonna feel left out. Also, this is coming from somebody at a Weenie Hut Juniors myself. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, guys. If anything, it's a good choice. College is just such a great example example though of like society's pressure on people. My whole point of this video, as a matter of fact, isn't even college, but it's just so easy to talk about its effect on us. Like, it's very weird to me that everybody in college just kind of casually says like,
yeah, it's a depressing place.
Is that just me? Like, it can't be just me, right? I know people like to joke around and say, oh yeah, haha, you know, college, man, the stress is all of that. But I guarantee if you actually go up to any random college student on a campus, they're gonna say it is. Or they'll say at least it's very draining to deal with. No one goes to college just thinking of rainbow sunshines and grass fields. It's always like, damn, I gotta do these assignments. I don't want to. But don't get it twisted. I have no problem with anybody that goes to college happily to pursue a degree that helps their future. I applaud you, in fact, because we do need more useful people in society. Unlike me, I'm a YouTuber. I literally contribute nothing. But at the same time, it's just sad to know that many people I talk to, and in general, even online, just say they don't like college or they feel pressured about it. Which should never be the case. It should always be your choice. In general, it's just really hard nowadays to do anything without feeling some type of pressure from society. Social media, thanks for that. If Steve Jobs came out of his grave and saw the disaster social media would become, he would have destroyed the first iPhone prototype on the spot. Because of the internet as well, you can also feel pressure from literally anything you do. 5 minutes on the internet and you're already insecure about 10 things you weren't before. On one post you see some Giga Chad 10-pack buff big dick dude. On another post you see some nigga moving with a gaggle of bitches around him and laughing at you for being holeless. And on another post you see someone super famous that's younger than you already living your dream life. That shit low-key ruins my day. Like, why are you more successful than me and younger than me? I can't stop taking L's. I could take the moral high ground though and be like, oh, no kids, no children, you're better than this, live your own life and don't ponder on someone else's. But I'm a hater at heart, okay? Why are you living a better life than me and younger than me? How dare you? But this could all be solved if the internet wasn't so anonymous, which I feel like contributes to this problem as well. Imagine a world where everyone had their legal name and face attached to their accounts no matter what. Do you know how much better the world would get? Because anyone now can virtually say anything. I could go online and some motherfucker makes fun of me for anything. Like, someone even DM'd me on Instagram and made fun of me by saying my socks look dirty on a photo of my story. But the whole time is, they were a new pair, they were squeaky clean. It's like you can't win in this society shit. And the worst thing about these pressures too is that you're unsure what will even happen after you make your decision. Like, for example, when I was talking about college. If I do go to college, will I really end up with a successful career? And if I don't, will I really end up on the side of the street giving oral pleasures for some money measures? Who knows? This might just be my view, but I feel like younger people nowadays face a lot more societal pressure than any other generation. Yeah, back in the old days, they had to what, like go to war and shit? But someone made fun of my socks. Like, it's not the same thing. We gotta worry about our future at like the age of 14. Look at other niggas similar to our age that speed ran wealth and fame already. Face massive pressure from the two people that are supposed to support us in life. And take care of the damage every other single generation built upon us. Especially when it's something like politics. Now look, I'm not even into politics myself. In fact, I find it pretty boring. But at the same time, we have to worry about it as well now. These old heads in political offices barely have any brain power in their head to be making these major decisions. Y'all forget that all these old people in politics that are making all of the decisions got like a solid 10 years of their life left. So they casually just make the worst decisions for humanity, but they aren't even going to be here to deal with the repercussions of it, which we're going to have to deal with long after they get sent to the gulag. I mean, half of these motherfuckers will make dumb claims like climate change isn't real or the people choose to be in poverty. Meanwhile, if they take one more accidental tumble down the stairs, every single bone in their body's gonna turn into dust. You also got kids that are way too worried about money at a young age as well. I don't know about y'all, but when I was growing up, I was never worried about bread. I mean, I knew I was gonna have it in the future, okay? Don't get it twisted. You heard me earlier. But kids be trying to act way too grown nowadays. And kids nowadays be expecting to run up like $1 million at the age of 14 because their favorite rapper has it, or they saw some dropshipper on TikTok doing it. And it's never for any good reasons either. If any kid inherited $1 million right now, I guarantee that it is not gonna go correctly. Give it 5 years and they'll be on the street smoking crack pipes and broke. Also, I can't even blame some of these kids for low-key being envious of some of the money these people be making online. Like, have you seen Ryan toy reviews? Bro was 11 years old and making my family's net worth in a month. I would feel jealous too. So then they end up doing something like swiping and scamming, Forex, and the worst of them all, NFTs. But although I could say a million other bad things about societal pressure, I feel like there could be some good things about it as well. Let me explain. Like, 99% of you motherfuckers watching this could probably become better at something that you're working for. And someone has probably pressured you towards that path to do so. If this really wasn't an important thing, then we straight up wouldn't have something like motivational speakers. Even people like Andrew Tate would not become a thing. It can very much be a positive pressure from people, trying to push you into the right path so you can become who you truly are. Me personally, I've dealt with this in my own way. Like, if I was never pressured by my friends, for example, to get off my ass and start working out, I would have probably never lost weight. And as a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't even be posting on this YouTube channel because I would probably still be insecure. And I also did one other thing. I took my time with it. And that's what this whole video is really about. Time. I feel like all of these societal pressures make some people rush themselves into things too quickly, especially when you're young. Like, I remember when I was in elementary school, I used to think my life was over when I got a D on a history quiz. So anyone watching me that is younger, even older as a matter of fact, just know that we all still have time. Whatever you're striving for will come once it eventually does. If you're broke right now, you'll get that bread eventually. If you're homeless right now, you'll find the hose eventually. If you're confused right now, you'll figure it out eventually. But you gotta be striving for the shit you want. And in reality, anything could happen in the next 10 years. I'm only 19 my self. Like, I don't got shit figured out. I don't know where this channel's gonna be in 5 to 10 years. But all I know is that if I keep striving for what I want, it'll eventually come. That's what I'm saying. Preacher Tommy out, and you know, if you want to hire me for any services, I charge about $200 an hour for preaching, so just hit me up. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually, and until next time, I'm out.